Hello. It's time for us to wrap up the initial team analysis. Today we're going to end with the 5 teams that, in my opinion, are in the title contention and for the top 4 spots. So one of those teams will have to suffer at the end of the season, but for now they all look likely to reach Champions League football, and most probably Liverpool and City are the top contenders for the title race right now, but you cannot write off Spurs, Arsenal and Aston Villa. We are starting by looking at Spurs. These 2 games, first of them, are not going to be too relevant because Salah and Son are leaving for the representatives of their countries, and it's going to be tough. But we're going to take a look at the Burnley fixture. Basically the lineup has been shaped up, and it's going to be easier to find how Spurs are playing. But it's going to be the same in my opinion. Just Son is their best player, so it's difficult to move without him. So it's Brighton. This was a loss here. Brighton 4. This is Spurs. Am I correct? Yes. Okay. So this was the lineup. Kulusevski, Brennan Johnson, Heung-min Son, and Richarlison, Porro, Royal, Davis, and Udogie. Without their 2 main center backs, it's difficult for them to keep a clean sheet, but their attacking wing backs from Udogie and Porro keeps returning. The bench is looking like that. Eric Dyer is rumored to leave, so it's interesting to follow that during the summer transfer window. There are rumors that Timo Werner is joining Spurs, so without Alejo Valles, who got injured, and with some other issues with their squad, they need new additions, and Werner is going to be okay addition. They still need Maddison to return from injury. Their 2 center backs need to return from injury, so there are a lot of things to change for that Spurs lineup, but for now they're without those players and we need to find out how they're playing. So as you can see, Porro and Udogie are basically playing as midfielders. They're inverted. Brennan Johnson is very high up on the field, so that's interesting. As you can see, Richarlison is playing like a deep forward, so that's interesting to discuss. I will put it into perspective. So Richarlison is playing as a target. No, it's not target. How to say it? Richarlison is playing as how is he playing? As a striker who distributes the ball. Ewan and Reo are advanced, and Udogie and Porro are inverted. So that's what we can take from that game. Yeah, basically Richarlison is scoring. Richarlison is making attacking returns, but he is playing deeply. Next up is Gameweek 20, where they won a game against Bournemouth, and Bournemouth were a pretty good side, so it was Spurs, Bournemouth. It was the final score 3-1. So we can go and see how are they lining up. It's basically the same lineup. No, not the same. There are some differences. Kulusevski was suspended. The defense is the same. And the midfield, Bentancur has joined, so that's better for them for sure. Sar got injured. That was bad, but now he's away on international duties, so he's out of the squad either way. There is Højbjerg is on the bench this time. Skip has joined, and Eric Dyer joined at late, but he is not a starter. That's really interesting for me, but maybe he is not too good for the way they're playing. Here, Son was the most advanced. I'm not surprised. Brennan Johnson was far back, which surprised me a lot. but maybe it's because of the nature of the game, and that's why we got more defense formation from Spurs basically. But fullbacks inverted, Son the most advanced. Yeah, that's it. But Richarlison, Son both scored. Richarlison is joining the attack basically from a second striker's position. So yeah, Richarlison distributes the ball, but is quick to join the attack. We have to see now how Spurs is going to be playing without Son. I believe it's going to be far more difficult for them because he is their best player, honestly. So yeah, we have to see. So this goes here. It was Spurs 1-0 Burnley. Yes, let's see how they played. So the site is pretty much the same apart from the absentees for the international duties. So that's going to be their lineup most probably for their first fixture against Manchester United, which game is this game is on 14th of January. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm completely sure that I'm not. Brian Hugh joined. Scarlett is joining. Scarlett didn't live up to the potential that he had 2 or 3 years ago. He didn't develop as expected, so this to become smaller. Okay, let's see how they're playing in this game. Pedro Porro scored a pretty good goal that game, but yeah, this is the same. Fullbacks inverted, and Kulusevski and Brennan Johnson were advanced, so yeah, they were playing all right. Sorry, I need to show the subs as well. So Brennan Johnson is not a 90-minute player by the looks of it. He gets subbed off pretty regularly. He's subbed in the 83rd minute. So wingers most advanced. And that's basically it. It's like 2, 3, 5, something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Very attacking. Okay, so that's for Spurs. By the way, if you enjoy this type of content and want to see more, subscribe to the channel or leave a comment down below. I believe we are making pretty good videos down here, and we are making pretty good analysis, because it's important to have the teams analyzed and seeing how they are playing. Here we're going to see 3 Arsenal losses. They're not in a good form by any means, they're just in a bad form. So this was Arsenal West Ham. We yesterday discussed that game. Arsenal 2-0 West Ham, but it's the other way around. Yes, it's 2-0. The lineup remains the same pretty much every week, but they keep missing chances. They need a striker and they need it fast, so maybe Swanke can join Arsenal, maybe not. We have to see how the transfer market unfolds. But basically teams that need improvements and massive improvements, I'm most probably going to stay away from them, because they can change their way of play pretty quickly, and up until deadline for Gameweek 22, a lot of transfers could have happened. They would have changed their style and I wouldn't be prepared, which is not an ideal situation, of course. Let's see how Arsenal were lining up that game. So yeah, it's basically 2, 3, 5 again. Pretty nice formation from them. So I will write that down. What happened? Okay, sorry. So this is that, and with subs, nothing is changing basically, at least in my point of view. But yeah, Havertz was suspended that game week. 2, 3, 5. formation basically. Trossard, Jesus was deep. Saka, Martinelli, and Odegaard attacked. So that's for game week 19. Going into game week 20, they lost again. It was a game against Fulham. They took the lead. Martinelli played pretty well, if I have to be honest, but they just didn't score their opportunities. They were better than Fulham in the first half, but they missed their chances. So if you miss your chances, you're going to suffer. Declan Rice, their best player by far this season, at least in my opinion, even better than Saliba. Maybe as integral as him. Here, Kivior didn't play up to speed with the game. He wasn't very present. Zinchenko is now injured, which is an issue for them. So we have to monitor them for sure. A lot of things are not going their way this time at the season, but I hope that for the sake of the Champions run, they're going to become better. As you can see, Tomiyasu joined at the 46th minute. I believe Tomiyasu is soon going to be a starting defender, so I wouldn't invest in Benjamin White. That's at least my opinion. If he comes back to form. So putting this here and then adding the subs. Who was subbed on? It was Tomiyasu, right? Yes. So Tomiyasu, Ben White left for 76 minutes. Okay. Jesus played deep. Saka most advanced. Martinelli minutes at risk. Tomiyasu starting game. So those are the things that I want to add here. Number 24 was Reece Nelson. So where did Tomiyasu play? Number 18. He was playing very deep. I'm surprised. So they changed formations a lot. But yeah, it wasn't Arsenal's game for sure. Tomiyasu is more secure than White, at least in my opinion at that times of the season. But he has just come back from an injury, which is never good. So it's Arsenal. Arsenal were good against Liverpool as well, but they didn't score. And for a team to win the game, they need to score, and they're just not scoring. It's basically their starting lineup, maybe apart from Martinelli and Jesus, who is now injured. So yeah, Kai Havertz is back. He's not up to par, so I'm not pretty interested in him. But yeah, the subs. Smith Rowe is here. He's not getting a lot of chances. I don't know why. He was a very good player before his injury. Ramsdale was in goal this time around, but now they are out of domestic cup, so we'll have to see where and when he plays. So this is the lineup. Havertz was up front. They were like 2-4-4 basically. So I will add this as a note. Odegaard pretty advanced, so he's a good player to discuss for sure. Martinelli was attacking when he came on. Wow, this looks interesting. So Martinelli attacking a lot. 2-4-4 formation. Something else. Odegaard advancing a lot. So yeah, that's from Arsenal. I hope that they pick up the speed and just try to make things more interesting. But for sure, they have some problems and they need to address them. Maybe a new striker will fix their problems. We have to monitor that. But for me, Odegaard is the better option to invest apart from Saka. So I will consider him for sure. But now let's go and see not the dark horse. You cannot say that Man City are a dark horse to win the title, but just a pretty solid side that can caused damage to everyone. So they had a game against Everton first. So that's Everton 1-3-1 City. Seeing the lineup right now, it was just back from winning the World Cup of football. Sorry. Yeah, wow. I sneezed very, very harsh. Whew. Yeah. Ederson playing Akanji, Nathan Ake. They're doing a lot of changes. John Stones got injured, by the way, in that game, which is never great. It was Rodri and Mateus Nunes in midfield. So Mateus Nunes is getting 4 minutes, but I believe now they're going to be restricted for sure with KDB coming back into the side. So going here, checking the average positions, you can see that they were attacking a lot, especially to Foden. Foden was pretty integral for the way they were playing. And okay, I closed that. Let's add it. So this is it. So here to add Foden central. Something else. Nunes attacked a lot up until the Nunes was joining from midfield. Something else. Walker playing there. Guardiola on the left. So yeah, that's what we can take from that game. I know that seems pretty harsh that the top 5 teams I'm going to spend least minutes, but here now I'm getting up to speed how we are going to investigate the teams and how we are going to just manage our focus on teams that are playing each week and updating the just the documents that we have for them. So yeah, we are becoming faster and faster in that sense. So I believe that we will have more fun time during different recordings, because we're just putting tactics, but it's going to be quick, so it's not going to be annoying. The first video was 1 hour. Here I believe that we're going to be done before 48 minutes. So yeah, we're improving a lot in that section. We are now knowing how to do those. So yeah, it's a pretty good structure of teams, and just to have the formation, just to have the lineups, to see if there are some differences between different game weeks, so we can know what's happening with the teams. Here I can see that City were destroying. Phil Foden got the man of the match, of course. So okay, he was central once again. And from tomorrow we're going to start doing the midfielders analysis. We're going to take a look at them place by play, player by player, position by position, where they are occupying, who is good, who is not. We're going to make some documents about some, we're going to rank them, we're going to put some notes about them. So it's going to be a lot of fun tomorrow, at least in my opinion. And then we're going to rank them. If someone just drops from the stats and I'm not too compliant to keep discussing him, I'm going to remove him from the list and focus on the better players. Foden central. Something else. Guardiola was attacking. So yeah, Foden central. Alvarez. No, Foden central. That's the main thing. Defense didn't change. So defense was a pretty stable, and they got Akanji, Ake, Guardiola, and Walker. Pretty good. And now the FA Cup. Third. So this goes here. This goes Man City 5. They destroyed Huddersfield. I watched some of the game. It was annihilation Huddersfield. Did I write it right? Yes, I did. So yeah, against Huddersfield, it was a lot of the same. So Rodri got a rest. Not Akanji. Aki got a rest. Walker got a rest. So and Ederson got a rest. So key players rested. but Foden was destroying them once again. I know it's an opposition from a lower league, but they were amazing. Doku returned. Akanji got injured, so I need to write that here just not to forget when I discuss City next time and where Akanji is. So that's it. We're putting... when we do this live for each game week, we're going to put live notes like who played the best from the team, just from watching the game, just from watching analysis. We will put that there because it's just better to have that data there in one place and not to remember everything, which is always harsh. So yeah, looking at that. So Foden was central once again, so nothing too surprising there. And KDB returned and he played pretty well. And I'm interested to see how much minutes he gets. So Foden central, Akanji injury, key players rested, KDB returned. So yeah, that's a pretty good sign because KDB is back and it's going to be way better for the league to have such a good player online once again. That's for City. Next, we're going to move to the biggest surprise of the season, in my opinion. It's Aston Villa. They are a pretty good side. We have a win, a loss, and an FA Cup fixture. So we are starting by the loss against Man U, which game they should have won because they were leading 2-0, sorry, and they just stumbled up or something just happened and they got beat. So it was a bad end of the good way they started the game because they were pretty good. I like them a lot. Here, so the subs, they had almost their full lineup there apart from much cash, so they were doing all right. Pau Torres is back. Duran, what happened? Yes, so this is the max. Okay, here let's look at the average positions. So that's how they were looking. It's like basically 4-4-2, if I have to be honest. When I watch the games live and when I see their formations live, we'll have better understanding for sure. But yeah, it was basically 4-4-2. Again, so I am adding this to the dictionary because I'm going to use it several times. Okay, was shadow striker that game. Okay, that's basically it. Then Donker played alright because Kamara was suspended. Let's check that before I talk rubbish. Yes, Kamara was suspended. Oh, and Majkesh was suspended, sorry. He wasn't out with an injury. But here he is not in the squad. Kamara is still absent because he got a red card against Brentford. So this is his third week where he misses, right? Yes. So from next week onwards, Kamara is back, which is pretty good for Douglas Luiz. So if you can see here, when Kamara plays, is he playing as a starter? Yes, he is 44. Oh, here Douglas Luiz was injured. Okay. So here, if I take a look, it's Douglas Luiz, Kamara. See, when Kamara plays, Douglas Luiz is more advanced, so that's a good thing to add here. So yeah, let's start with what happened. So this is Gameweek 20. We go in the middle. Okay. We put who they played against, Burnley at home. Yes. So it was Aston Villa 3. It was a late win, so it was harsh. Aston Villa, Burnley. They were 11 versus 10 men, and they were just not up to speed that game, but they still scored 3 goals. So yeah, it could have been worse. Here I will add that it was the last game of Kamara's suspension, so we know that. Okay, I'm putting this here. Are those less subs? Maybe. Almost fitted. Yeah, far less subs. Okay, so let's see how are they lining up that game. In a 4-4-2 again with Diaby. And McGinn was holding GM that game, so alright. That was a 4-4-2. McGinn was holding GM. Diaby on the right of striker partnership. So yeah, that's basically it, if I have to be honest. Oh, Moreno advanced, let's not forget. Moreno advanced. He's playing well. So yeah, that's it. And finally the FA Cup third. Going here, it was they won pretty late. It was, oh sorry, this is Liverpool. We are getting ahead of schedule. This is middle. How should I write this? Middles, bro. Yeah, middles, bro. It was 0-1 Villa. Let's see. Wow, it's refreshed. Sorry about that. Much cash scored on his return. Konza and Legle played in the middle, so that's basically how their lineup is going to look, with additions of Watkins and Douglas Lewis, who got rested, and they came on. Yes, they came on, so they're not injured. So adding this here, Much cash scored the winner. What a great way to return from an injury. Gene is not still here, so it's tricky. It's tricky to pick Moreno because Gene is just there. So I have to add minutes risk to Diaby. But let's add the average positions. Going here. So Bailey was hell of attacking. So I will add that here. Let's add the subs. So let's write here now. Bailey, very attacking. Moreno, very attacking. Kamara holds. Diaby minutes question mark. That's a big thing. So it's Bailey and Douglas Lewis who are the better midfielders compared to Diaby. That's sad because Diaby started the season so well, but just the formation changed maybe. I'm not sure what happened. I haven't been monitoring them a lot, but yeah. Carlos got the rest. Who else got the rest from defense? Pau Torres got the rest. Yeah, he wasn't even in the lineup. So yeah, the players rested. Okay, and now we're getting to the last squad. It's Liverpool, the league leaders for 2 weeks in a row already. So we're going to discuss 3 wins. Maybe the only team apart from, no, City. Yes, City and Liverpool, the 2 teams with only wins in those discussions that we're having. All of them, the others just lost some games, but we're starting with Burnley Liverpool. That game was terrific to watch because the referee disallowed one of Liverpool's goals. and it was no way near of deservable. So yeah, and of course we have two big commissions here, Salah and Tendo. For me, top 3 players of Liverpool in the last 5 game weeks. The other one was Trent, for sure, and was amazing. I was worried that he wouldn't do the job, but oh boy, he does the job for sure. He's amazing, and he's going to be not as big as a commission as Salah, but pretty big. So I'm putting that here, putting that here. Sorry, what happened? Making it a little bit bigger. Oh, come on. Okay, leaving it like that. Let's add the average positions for Liverpool. So here, Trent doesn't look like he plays a lot in midfield, but the stats can lie. Of course they can lie, because at the end of the game he was there basically as a right back. So Gomez left back, 4-3-3 going into 2-3-5, something like that, with Elliott, Gravenbach, yeah, going to 2-3-5, something like that. Jota came back, and that's it for that game week. Going up next is game week 20, where they faced the opposition of Newcastle. This was the best game for Liverpool's chance creation, and it was so frustrating to watch that they were missing them, but they kept scoring some goals, and they're in a pretty good form. We have to see up until when that form is going to continue, but they were playing all right for sure. So this is here, this is their main lineup when everyone is fit. Maybe McAllister joins for Curtis Jones, but yeah, I believe that is their main lineup. Let's add the subs. Jota, he dived in that game, but he made 2 assists, and Jota is playing pretty well. Okay, I can see those subs. Adding the average positions, it's interesting to see. Of course, when we add the subs, it's a clear 4-3-3 basically, or a clear 2-3-2-3 basically. I'm going to put that because it looks like Liverpool are going that way of playing. So they are 2-3-2-3 with it transferring to 2-1 to 2-1-5-3, something like that. Yeah, when they attack a lot. So it's basically, or oh no, this is too many numbers. So 2-3-2-3 or 2-1-4-3. Yes, 2-1-4-3. More of an attacking formation. Jota was good again. Yeah, that's what I can add from that game. Nothing too spectacular. Oh, so boss. How should I write? So Zobos Zli got injured. McAllister is back. So those are good things. And here I'm going to discuss the fixture, because it's a pretty good fixture, and we are discussing most of the fixtures of the FA Cup as they have already passed. They have a mid-game this week, so it's going to be interesting to see how they're lining up there. But it's basically FA Cup third round, going in the middle. So it was Arsenal 2 and Liverpool 1. So this is the lineup. Van Dijk got a rest. Everyone else basically is the starter, if I have to be honest. So only Van Dijk is the person that was missing, and even without him, they did the job. Their squad is thin for sure, especially without Szoboszlai and Virgil, and Robo and Tsimikas. It's tough. But I hope Robinson is soon back and he can be back to up to speed pretty soon. But yeah, here we have to look at that formation for sure. So it was basically a 2-3-5. 2-3-5. And Gakpo was deep. Oh my god. I just noticed that. But yeah, I will add it as a message. Sure. So Gakpo was deep. 2-3-5 formation. So Diaz and Nunes interchanged. Yeah, Diaz was on the right in the second half, basically after 60th minute. And yeah, I believe that's all we can take from that game. I believe that everything is looking alright with those files now. I'm having a lot of fun creating them. Have in mind that tomorrow I'm going to start presenting the best midfielders for the upcoming week. We divided them up to 3 sections, so we have 3 days to wrap up those analysis, and we're going to decide who the best players from those sections are. I will be deadline streaming, so don't forget to tune in for that on Friday. But for now, guys, I'll be heading out. Bye.